And welcome to The Factor Uncensored. A murder in Mississippi is now on the radar of federal investigators. This comes as an autopsy of the victim, Rasheem Carter, revealed he was beheaded. The 25-year-old was last seen alive in October. Now, parts of his body were found in the woods a month later, and another haunting detail. His family says Carter went to the local police department and reported being scared for his life. He believed a group of white men were following him. My next guest has been intimately involved in this case. Joining me now, Ben Crump law investigator, Arthur Silky Slim Reed. It's just mind-blowing to see this kind of case happening, Arthur. And it's my understanding he last talked to his mother on the phone October 1st, and he warned her. He was saying that there were some issues with his employer, right?
Yes, with his employer, and then he said that 3 trucks of white men had started following him, and then he texted his mom saying that if anything happened to me, so-and-so has something to do with it. He have these men trying to kill me. And then he was also caught on a deer camera in the woods with a large stick on his shoulder, and his shirt was ripped off of him, and he had bruises on him. So someone was after him, and someone was chasing him.
It sounds like a hunt.
Yes.
They're hunting him.
They're hunting him, that's right. And he was seen on that deer camera, and that photo that was on that deer camera, even though they knew he was missing, was circulated through the town at a truck stop during breakfast time, and people were talking about it. And finally we found out that he was hunted by someone, and you don't just make accusations about someone's trying to kill you and then come up dead. What's crazy about it is that the sheriff on the first day ruled out foul play. We don't see any foul play. When his head was detached from his spinal cord.
How does that happen?
I don't know, man. It's Mississippi. It's Mississippi Burning 2023. And we're on top of this 24/7. We haven't rested on this case. And think about this, that we've had this case since December, right after the remains were found in November, and couldn't get a news story broke on it. Only a couple of people would show up, only a couple of cameras would show up. So we couldn't get the story broke until now, once we had the images of the remains. And what the state was actually telling us is we're conducting an autopsy, so we're going to turn the body over to y'all as soon as we get through. So when they call and say that they were turning over the body, when I went to Mississippi and it was the size of a shoebox, I was like, what kind of sick joke is this?
Wow. And we're looking at exclusive pictures you've provided for us here. What are we looking at, Arthur, right now exactly?
That's the vertebrae, parts of the vertebrae. The other picture that you see, that's the skull that was inside of that box that I'm telling you about, and that is his skull. And we've never seen this type of decomposition on anybody, so we're trying to figure all of this out as we go along. Was any kind of substance used? What has him in the shape that he's at? Because it would actually take, you know, we dig up mummies and there's still skin, there's hair. We don't have any of that.
That's the question I had for my producer. I'm like, how can you have a skull in that amount of time? And of course, this has been examined by the pathologist, the medical examiner, and they've positively identified him as this.
That's why some of the teeth were missing, because they used the root of the teeth to take DNA and match it to his mom's DNA. So it's positively him, no doubt about that. Now, also what happened is that last week, a whole separate set of remains have been found on another piece of property.
Separate individual?
Well, we're thinking that it's his remains, but they haven't done the DNA yet. It looked like with a case that, because we hadn't had the publicity that we had now, looked like they would have jumped right on it to try to find out if this was other parts of his remains. But as of today, they say that they haven't tested it for DNA yet.
Wow, just incredible, just unbelievable. So you also sent us another photo with a female that you're standing there with.
That's his mother.
You're looking at the remains. Let's show that photo.
That's his mother.
How has she been, and just imagine a mother looking at your child's remains in a shoe size box.
Yes.
It's just mind-blowing. How is she doing now?
Tiffany is one of the strongest women that we have seen. She said to me The first day that I went to Mississippi, she said, Silky, I'm going to bury my baby, and then it's all about business with me. She said, I don't care if they take my life. It's all about business with me after that. We have to find out who killed my child. And one of the things that was happening is that I promised her, I say, I promise you that we're going to get this broke. And as a team with Crump Law, we never make promises that we can't keep. And it was a horrible feeling for them to have to go through Christmas, New Year's, and we couldn't even get a story. But once we seen these images, we had to sit her down and talk to her, Isaiah, say, listen, I know this may be embarrassing. I know that you may not want to do this, but do you want to release these images to the public? And she said, without a doubt, we have to let them see what they done to my baby. She said, this is my baby. This is her baby child. And
reminds us of Emmett Till's mother.
Exactly. It reminds you exactly of the same story. The way this young man was lynched, no doubt about it in our mind, he was lynched. I don't care what kind of stories they concoct, he was lynched. And we see the results of that by what we have in the shoebox.
In the last 30 seconds that we have, what is it like for you as an investigator for Ben Crump and an investigator in general to hear a black man has been decapitated?
For me, it wasn't about being an investigator. It wasn't about working for Crump Law Firm. It was about a father. I got a 25-year-old, and I was like, I'll be damned if I didn't do everything and turn over every leaf that I could turn over to find out what happened to my son. So I took this as my son, and I sleep with that every night. I was tossing and turning, and now I'm starting to ease up a little bit because we're coming closer to actually finding out. We got people on the internet that's talking. We got people that's giving up names. So now we're coming a little bit closer to finding out what happened to Rasheem Carter because somebody's seen what happened to Rasheem.
All right, sir. We thank you for coming on The Factor Uncensored, and we appreciate this. And we want to send our best to the family. Just a horrible situation.
It is.